Hello everyone. So today I am doing something different. I tried to film this video of me going through my binder and I basically changed up a couple of my collections. I downsized, but I didn't drop any groups. It was I just changed how I collected them and such. So I made the video of me actually going through and doing that. But it really wasn't, I did not like it, so I don't know, because it just did not end up good. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my binders and kind of just talk about why I decided to change some collections, and some of my collections I might explain why I decided to keep them the way they are, even though they kind of break my rules I'm setting up, because I am making new rules for myself, and I'll probably explain that collecting wise, what I will be collecting for some groups and what I'm not collecting for other groups. So yeah, I'm gonna start going through my binders, and I'll go in opposite order than I usually do, because my 17 collection is what changed the most. Which you guys can probably, if you guys watch my channel, you can probably guess what that means. But I will explain my thought process with that. And also, when I did originally change up my collection, I said in that video I wasn't sure if this is last, and now I've already sold off a big portion of the cards I was no longer planning to collect, and I'm okay with that. Before, I tried to do this once before and I wasn't okay with it, but now that I have a reason for why I'm doing it, before it was just kind of, oh, I really should downsize, this collection's kind of a lot. But now I kind of do actually have a real reason as to why I want to. And what I want, it's more so what I want to collect instead. It's not really, I don't enjoy collecting this. It's, I want to collect this way instead. That's kind of my thought process, because all the collections I had before, I completely enjoy doing them. And I will explain that more when I get to the actual collections. So let's go ahead and start. So first I want to start with this binder. So this binder is just the groups I don't collect photo cards for. And I did add 2 groups to this because I am now only collecting their albums and I'm no longer collecting their actual photo cards. So yes, I will try to skip to them. So the first one is CIX. So CIX is kind of a more recent collection that I started, but kind of what I came to the conclusion is I absolutely love collecting CIX's albums, but I never really had that much of a desire to really collect their photo cards or for certain members, because for me personally, I just absolutely love CX as a group. Just noticing, it looks like I could collect these too, because I pull BX a lot. But anyways, I love collecting their albums. There was no way I was gonna drop their album collection, just because CX is a group that I fell in love as soon as they debuted, and they continue to really impress me, and I just absolutely love their music. But I don't know, I love all the members, and I don't really feel a certain connection to any of the members in specifically in order to collect them, because that's my thing. A lot of times with the groups I collect, it's more so that that specific member means a lot to me. Yes, I love the group, but take Blackpink for instance. Blackpink is one of my old groups, and I am probably gonna start collecting their albums at least, but the members individually I can't collect, because I just love all the members and I can't pick who I would collect over others. That's kind of how I got with CIX, just because, I don't know, it's weird. My mind thinks about things weirdly. So, and then I did have one more group that I moved back here. So this is Woodz. So this might come to as a surprise because a lot of times when you think if you don't collect, if they just collect albums and not the photo cards, it sometimes means that they aren't as high on the stand list. But for me, that's not what it means. Like before I said, when I collect photo cards, it's a lot about that member is really high on my ults list, not really about how high the group is on my list. Woodz is a group that is really high on my list actually. They are the first group I ever did stand pre-debut, and I absolutely love every single one of the members. I used to collect 36, but I had to drop that because it was just a lot, and Woodz cards aren't cheap actually. But when I downsized, I didn't really feel like as motivated to collect their photo cards because I don't have a bias. I kind of just chose 2 members to continue collecting because I didn't want to just collect one because I do love them a lot. And I completely lost motivation to collect their photo cards when I did that. So kind of what I decided to do instead is just to collect their albums because, like I said, I absolutely love them. So yeah, so that was kind of my thought process on that. And I think I'm gonna start collecting for groups. I'm gonna start collecting albums more, and not just like photo cards. I probably won't do that for a while as I really do want to get caught up on a lot of my photo card collections first. One group specifically that I'm gonna probably start buying albums for is SF9, and that is because I actually recently semi-ulted them. Yeah, they became one of my top 7 groups recently, and I don't have a bias in SF9, so it's kind of like Woodz. So for now, I just want to collect their albums, and maybe in the future if I do like realize who my bias is, like that's a lot of times. Sometimes groups I never find a bias, and sometimes groups like after a long time I find a bias. But yeah, I've started buying albums. I told myself no, I can't collect any more groups, but SF9, this comeback, man, they really came for me. Yeah, I finally admitted that I do semi-ult them, so yeah. It's fine. So next is this binder. So this is a 3-inch binder. I changed my binder situation also. I now have the only 2-inch binder I use now, unless it's like my trading binder, because I have a lot of cards to trade and sell away because of all the collections I've downsized. Not from this specifically, but from before, like my Woodz, Newies, I have all those still. But yeah, then I have 2 3-inch binders, and this is one of them, and then 1 4-inch binder because I wanted to have less binders, and I'm good with 3-inch binders, and a 1 4-inch binder. I'm probably not going to get another 4-inch binder because that's just huge. So yes, so this is my 1 binder. So this is like, I don't know, other groups I collect, because I still have my semi-ults and ults in another binder. So yes, Stray Kids I did not change at all. I'm still collecting 3 members, even though I do plan to only do this for his ults and semi-ults now. I'm only collecting multiple members if it's one of those groups. If it's a group that is not up that high, I am not collecting multiple members for. But Stray Kids is my exception because I have been collecting 3 members for Stray Kids ever since I started collecting Stray Kids, which was a little bit after Yellowwood era. Even though I've stand them since IMU era, I just then started collecting them. But yes, and I love my Stray Kids collection, and I do really feel motivated to finish it with all 3 members. And I usually do pretty well keeping up with comebacks and stuff like that, so yeah. And Stray Kids is a relatively, like, out of a lot of the groups I collect, Stray Kids is one of the easiest groups for me to trade for and stuff like that, so yeah. And then Next is New Kid. New Kid, I did not change at all because I love Wuchul. I'm with them. I hope they're all okay because I'm really worried about New Kid. If you guys don't know, yeah, there's a lot of problems. Onewee, I did continue collecting Onewee because out of all of Wee's, Dongmyeon is my bias. I absolutely adore Dongmyeon, so I'm still gonna collect them. Still have photo cards. Twice I've decided to continue collecting, even though there's a lot to collect. I'm super excited to really start trading and stuff like that for Twice. I ran out of top loaders, so I really couldn't start trading for Twice because I don't like sending without top loaders. But yeah, I'm super excited for this collection. I'm super excited for how it looks when I finish it, so yeah. Next is Astro. So Astro is a group I did consider just collecting albums for, but then I realized some albums I don't have the photo cards I don't have the number of photo cards because I've cross-traded between albums and stuff like that for Astro, because for the older albums that was the easiest thing to do. So yeah, and also Sana really is like, he's a solid bias. Like, I do have a pretty solid bias sector. Mingjin, yeah, he likes to wreck me a lot, but Sana, he's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, we went way too far. Next is TOO. So I did go down to 1 member for TOO. I am only collecting Ungi for now. Ungi. I don't know, I try to pronounce it like Uji, but Ungi. So yep, I am just gonna be collecting him now. He is my bias, which, yeah. And then back here I did move, so I've decided like I'm gonna put disbanded groups, I don't know, kind of in the back. So yeah, we have my X1, which staying the same, just need to finish that, and then I'm still collecting Minhyun. Minhyun might be my newest bias sucker, I don't know, but then I look at the other members in Newest and I'm like, no, I love them all. They're all my bias wrecker, but whatever, it's fine. None of them actually wreck me because they can't. My bias in News is solid. But yeah, so that was that for this collection. So next is my ult and semi-ult binder, which it just has one of my ults in here. But yes, this one didn't see much change because they're higher in my stand list, so I don't really, and I already had downsized quite a few of these, like my on and off collection. That did not change at all. If anything, I would want to expand my on and off collection, but I can't. So New East hasn't changed, but I am going to be, I've mentioned before I wanted to start collecting more of his non-album cards, and I'm going to start doing that, and that is one of the reasons why I decided to downsize quite a few collections, is because for my 2 old biases I want to start collecting more for them, because I'll explain this more when I get to 17 actually, because that's where I can explain it the best. But yeah, and Mingi is one of my old biases, so I do really want to get in. I'm going to start with his Japanese stuff and kind of work my way and stuff like that, and I have a friend to help me. CRAVITY, you expected me to change CRAVITY with OT9 because CRAVITY is the only group left that I do collect all members for. And my reasoning for continuing this collection is because I find complete joy in this collection, and I absolutely love this collection. So CRAVITY is a group, they are a semi-old, and they've been this high on my stand list since their debut. And I don't really have to go back and collect them because I've been with them and I've been collecting them. So yeah, it is a collection that is going to grow rapidly because I do collect all my members, and I do collect basically everything but like fan sign cards and stuff like that. I collect everything for them, so yes. And I do have everything laid out for like their fan kit, their Cloud9 merch, and they're summer kits. I have everything laid out. These are all for the fan kit posting. 7 o'clock didn't change. This collection's complete. There's really no reason for me to change that. Dream Now, not changing because Yui is my, so I did buy this album finally bought it. But yes, I'm gonna start once I get this album in the mail. I'm really, since I did downsize a couple collections, I'm really gonna work on the collection I have now, and I'm not gonna start any photo card collections until I get the ones I have now really caught up. So yes, EXO. So I make a rule. I have my 2 old groups like set on 17 and on and off, but then my semi-ults, I limit myself to 5 semi-ults only. And because I decide SF9, yeah. So EXO is technically not a semi-ult anymore, but they don't fit in the other binder, so they're just kind of here. But yeah, I'm still collecting Human. I would just collect the album cards for EXO, but some of the albums I have a lot of photo cards for, and some of them I don't have any for, and some of them I have photo cards for, but I don't have the album for because I've just done so much cross trading in EXO, and I just need to finish this because it's all very confusing for me, and just it doesn't make sense. What my collection doesn't make sense. But yeah, so this all stayed the same and will continue to be this way. Oh my god, I just knocked my camera. But yeah, so this binder did not change at all. Literally the only thing that's going to change is I'm growing my Mingi collection. It's the only thing that changed. It did not downsize at all. Here's the collection I downsized the most, which is weird considering it is in a 4-inch binder. But this is my 17 binder. So I have gone through, and I am no longer collecting OT13 for everything. I have decided I am going to collect Mingi. What? Minghao. What are we saying? I don't know what I'm doing. But I have decided to just, oh my god, there's so much glare. Stop. But I just, what made me kind of, okay, come on. What made me realize this, I'll turn to the page. Come on. This is why I hate 4-inch binders, because they're just huge and hard to manage. But this collection needed it. But what really made me realize this was the Hengai pre-order cards and all the fan sign cards, because I found so much joy trying to find these cards and getting these cards, and when I finally claimed them, and just whenever I see Minghao's like non-album cards, I do really want them. And just I knew I can't do OT13 for everything and then collect all of his other cards. I know I can't do that. Like, that's not possible for me to do. So instead, what I decided to do is I want to drop OT13 so that I can really get into collecting Minghao's non-album cards and everything like that. And Minghao, because he is one of the cheaper members to collect, especially for non-album stuff, so I mean, it's really sad. Like, that makes me really sad, but it is really good for my wallet. But if you look at this, I do have I do need his one other H&B card, which I'm not worried about that at all. So that one I'm not even counting, because getting H&B cards is really easy. Yeah, it's easy. But I just need the Apple Music pre-order, and then I need the Yes24, which I do have. I have Dino's, I have Jihoon's, I think I have Sorkman. and Mingyu. I think that's the 4 I pulled. I know Jihyun and Dino for sure. Yeah, those are the 2 I'm for certain I have, but I do want to like trade. At least I want to trade one of them for my other one before I like sell them or whatever, or trade them for this one. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah, so I've been able to like claim these and stuff like that. This I claimed my go, and that's how actually I claimed like most of these. I claimed most of his cards for this too. But yeah, but the thing is, the reason why this binder is so big is because I'm gonna be like collecting my favorite OT13 sets. I'm not collecting, I was gonna be like, maybe I should collect one from each album, but I decided not to do that because some albums I like the photo cards, but I don't really care for them that much. I kind of just, if I really like the cards, I'm gonna collect them. If there's multiple sets from an album, I'm gonna collect them. But going forward, more than likely, I will probably collect at least one set, especially considering Pledis does put a bunch of cards, and I usually buy multiple albums. Like I still have my 5 signed ones that come in the mail from Inwave, so yeah, I have a lot of albums for this. Yeah, and then we have all of his bigger stuff. Yeah, but I am also collecting, oh, for the OT13 stuff, I don't put Minghao in with that just because I don't like the look of 13 members. That was always the thing. I hated the setup for 13 members, and I could not figure out a way to make it look nice. So I just, yeah. But I did keep it as 12 members, but I am also collecting Dino's album cards. I'm collecting his Korean and his Japanese album cards. So, yeah. I originally wasn't going to, so I did actually sell a couple of his cards, but not very many. But there's a few that I did sell. But my thing with Dino is he is my bias wrecker. I originally wasn't going to because I'm like, no, I'm just going to stick with my 1, especially because I want the 12 card patterns. But when I posted a bunch of my 17 photo cards for sale, almost none of Dino's sold. Like, I'd have whole album sets gone except for his, and that just made me really sad. And I'm like, why does nobody collect Dino? And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna collect Dino because he is my bias wrecker. So yeah, that's how we are. His collection's much sadder than Minghao's, but I will show you with my Anode collection. Oh shoot, because I do have all of his cards for it. But like, you look at the Poet. So the Poet, I have said, this is one of my all-time favorite sets from any 17. So I did actually collect both one set of the colored backs and one set of the white backs. So his other 2 are actually with those OT12 sets, and same with his other colored back where he's wearing the beret. So yes, so we'll turn to those. We'll actually get to the photo cards. So yes, I am collecting some, and I wanted to do like this. What is going on? Why I forgot to put a white paper here. Let's fix that. But yeah, I did like this 6 pattern and 6 pattern, and I really like this, and that's why I didn't put the other Dino card back, because then I would have 6 and 5, and that would really bother me. So it's the only reason for keeping Dino here and not having Minghao here. So yeah, I've also, my other reason for stopping my OT13 everything collection, originally when I did start collecting OT13 for 17, I was under the belief, I knew I was gonna be staying in a dorm for college. That was my plan at that point. And in a dorm, even the dorms I would have been in, you actually do get your own room because they're all apartment style there at my university, because all the dorms are new, because apparently for some time they didn't have dorms, and then they had a petition to get dorms, and then they built them all apartment style. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why they didn't have dorms, but you do get your own room, and there was like room for a bookshelf or two, so I knew I would have room for like my 17 collection, stuff like that, but I knew I wouldn't have room for that many other groups along with 17, so that limited me to numbers. But that kind of where you really started my number of groups I started collecting go up is when my family kind of made the decision, instead of staying in dorms, because for one, that'd be more expensive, just move into an apartment and stuff like that. And so that's what we've done instead. So now I actually have a lot of room for bookshelves and albums and stuff like that. And once I was able to collect more groups, I couldn't stop myself as much as I could before. And I wanted to continue collecting OT13, but I really wanted to collect more groups because I am very much a multi. I have a lot of groups I absolutely love, and I want to collect them. So, and that was also one of the reasons. It's for my Minghao and Mingi collection, but also just for that. Also, there's something like a hair in here. Come on. But yeah. That was kind of also my thought. It was just, so in the future, I'm gonna basically really try to finish all the, not like finish, but basically get as caught up as I can with all the collections I do have, because I'm quite behind on quite a few of them. But yeah, right now I've mostly focused on CRAVITY for their basically Starship pre-order stuff, because I do have all of their Cloud 9 stuff ordered, since I had to order it separately because they freaking sold out, which was expensive as hell. But I got that all ordered, and then I've ordered all of the, I have on Bai, I have them ordered. They haven't all like gone through and arrived at my warehouse, which I never say I have them until they're at the warehouse. I have gone through and ordered a lot of the 4-cut photos as well. I'm just now missing serums. Who else? I think it's Taeyong and Sungmin's. Those are the 3 members I have left. Yes, I got Jungmo's. He's expensive. Jungmo is so expensive. He's the most expensive member of CRAVITY, if you guys don't know. I don't know, maybe it's just on like Bai in Japan just loves Jungmo. My air conditioner just started, sorry. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just really popular in Japan, but I don't know, he just tends to be the most expensive. So if you want to collect CRAVITY and you buy some Jungmo, good luck. Also good luck to me, because I collect him too. Because I collect OT9. But yes, since those are the only 3 members I'm missing, and it's because I just can't really find them, I think I'm gonna really start working on these, my album cards for 17 and all that, and then start going through my olds and kind of working that direction. So yes, hopefully I can get caught up with my collections, especially now that I don't have as much to do for 17, because I am slowly gonna work my Minghao collection. My process on that is, first I'm gonna do album cards including Japanese, and then once I get more caught up with my whole collection, then for both Mingi and Minghao, I do need to start getting New East Japanese cards and stuff like that. Then I'm slowly gonna work to like DVD cards, and then I'm gonna work with like HMV and then Universal Music or whatever New East does, because apparently they don't have HMV cards. I found out apparently HMV cards is not that common. Apparently having 20 million HMV cards is not normal. I don't know why I thought it was. But yeah, so I'm really excited for the direction my collection is going. I know a lot of people watched my 17 because I did collect OT13, but personally I'm sad that I'm no longer collecting OT13, because I did really enjoy that collection. I didn't stop it because I didn't enjoy it, because I really did. It's just, I I enjoy collecting non-album cards more, which is weird because I know a lot of people hate, like, they like love collecting album cards, but non-album cards they really have no desire for. But I don't. I love concert cards. I love all these extra cards and stuff like that, and I'm really excited for that. Also, okay, I forgot to say this, but I've decided, so I know with DVDs, photo books, and seasoned ingredients and stuff like that, I was only gonna get my olds 17 and on and off, but I decided now that I'm gonna include my semi-olds into that. So like and I'm probably not gonna, especially seasoned greetings, I'm not gonna go back for any groups that I'm in 17 or that. I might go back and get for 17. I'm probably gonna go back and get like Minghao's inclusions, and then Mingi. I don't think Nui says I don't know. Nui's W might have had one. I have to ask my one friend, but yes, I might do that. I will do that most likely, but I'm not gonna go back and get them. And for DVDs, photo books and stuff like that, for my semi-olds, I'm not gonna go back and get them. That's just gonna be as they come out, I'll get them. So, but for like my olds, I will go back like 17. I'm gonna go back and get all their DVDs and stuff like that. Newies, I'm probably just gonna try and find Mingi's cards, because I don't know if any Newies DVDs actually come with photo cards for the members from what I've seen. But yeah, so that is all for this video, and hopefully I do have a sorting photo card video up soon. I have a couple albums on the way. I have quite a few albums on the way. I have a couple that still need to ship because Comeback got delayed. I have some signed albums, stuff like that. So hopefully I'll get enough cards and have one coming up soon, and you can see me put the cards away and stuff like that. So yes, I'm super excited, and thank you guys all for watching so much, and bye bye.